Hey folks, today we're going to be reviewing Ikon, the new speed female alien hero with a PvP focus from the Annihilators. No support buffs here, no good leadership, but what you do have is a very easy to play character, very nice animations with auto reflect, which is a very nice trait that we see very rarely in characters, and it doesn't require an artifact, it doesn't require any BS, no uniform, etc. It's just there. So you're basically looking at the only other character besides Destroyer to have a very interesting passive where they get access to baseline reflect. Now it's only energy damage reflect, but that's still pretty huge considering the meta currently is dominated by energy damage characters. Now, as far as Ikon goes for building her, she is a completely free character, so you could just use bioselectors from things like Shadowland, login events, etc. And in particular, if you pay attention to the check-in event that we just got, there's a 1+1 bonus that you can activate in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, I know it costs money, it costs $10, but you don't buy it for the reason I'm about to explain. This is just an added bonus. So you buy that 1+1, so you get an extra CTP, you get an extra 3-star artifact, it doubles everything on the screen. But what you also get, in addition to that, is you get a free Tier 2 selector. You can see it's there in my inventory right now, and you can actually just choose Ikon from that. So really easy way, if you were planning to buy that anyways, to just boom, automatically have Ikon Tier 2. And then of course, all you need to do is take her in as a striker for World Boss Legend, boom, get her transcended. We already have her transcended, I'm ranked 269. We've got energy attack Uru. You want, you know, mythic if you can, because the more energy attack she has, of course, the more damage she's going to deal, but also the more reflect she's going to deal. You also want to give her HP so that she has more HP so that she can reflect more and so that she doesn't die for things like PvP. But yeah, a lot of people don't remember this. It says there, reflects 35% of energy damage received up to 50% of max attack. So that means if your max attack in this case is 60,000, the most damage she can reflect on any given hit is 30,000. Even if she takes more damage than that, even if she takes more than 30,000 damage, she can only reflect up to half of her attack. So having her attack as high as possible is going to mean that you're going to get the biggest possible reflects as you can. Now, as far as her rotation goes, if you want to play her in anything but PvP, I know we've only talked about PvP thus far, and I'll showcase her in PvP because I think she's really fun to play. But she's also really fun to play for PvE. It's really simple. It's 3 cancel, 4 delay, cancel 5. Super simple, super satisfying as far as the animation goes, because you just wait for the backflip and then you go and then you get the 5th skill while that 4th skill is raining down those sort of like scythe looking, spear looking things. So really, really nice, tons of hits. Not the highest damage for sure. There are higher damage characters out there, you know, a level 72 Spider-Gwen, Luna, probably maybe even Gamora as a speed alien is probably going to do more damage once you get a level 72. So, but all those characters do need uniforms. I will point that out. And some of them are premium like Luna. So there's that. And then for the Awakening skill, you just cancel it right away as well. And you get Quasar coming in there with the blast. So really nice, really, really easy to play. And a lot of hits and very satisfying. Now, primarily, you're going to want to use her for PvP. But right now, we still have a PvE build on her with a crit damage 160 proc. So I do want to showcase some of her limitations. And also with a stage 12 Power Ranger Hulk and a stage 5 rank 5 type enhancement, stage 12 ISO set. Let's see what she can do in PvE. Starting off on an easy one here, this is stage 49 of Null, but she absolutely cracks it. So check this out. Again, this is just a 160 proc on an absolutely free character. Really nice stuff. Super easy to play. You know, doesn't get interrupted, doesn't get guard broken. Quite nice. Fast. Okay, I got stunned. That's kind of cringe. That's okay. But yeah, pretty fast movement speed. Again, super easy to play, super proc friendly. You can splash into 2 as well at the end of the rotation if you like. Oh, she does get guard broken a little bit. Interesting. Yeah. Not the best damage, I would say. But super easy to play. Basically can't miss a proc. Certainly, you see a big spike in damage when she does the Awakening. You get a bunch of damage from the Awakening. Took me a long time to think of that word, the Awakening. You can start the rotation a little bit early if you are waiting for the 5 to come off cooldown for whatever reason. I'm actually not sure if I want to use the 2nd skill, just because it's the counter attack, so it really only does damage if she counters. There we go. Pop off Queen. You know, I actually thought this was going to be faster. It's not super slow, but I did think it was going to be faster. You actually have to be careful not to proc too early. Her second skill does not do much damage for PvE. I will say that. So yeah, this is actually kind of slow. It is a 160 proc, so it could go higher, but I was actually expecting it to be faster than this. 90 seconds is really, like, a minute and a half is really as slow as it can be. So yeah, I'm actually less impressed now. It is just a 160 proc, though. I'm going to proc on 6 and see how much damage that does. Because we do get the iframe ignore. It's honestly not bad. Procking on 6 is honestly not bad. If you need the iframe ignore, it's honestly not bad. That probably was not a good idea. Okay. She tanks it, though. She tanks a couple spikes from Null, which is pretty impressive. Backflip Andy. Let's go. She's going to be just a little bit short on damage here. And you can also see she's really tanky. She heals for 50,000 when I pop that fourth skill, which is really nice. We're not going to do this whole fight here. We're probably just going to do one more rotation so you guys can see the damage. She can do this stage. It'll probably be a bit tight for time. You can see really the damage comes in when she does that awakening, and she certainly doesn't have very much damage on the counter skill. Yeah, that's very much reserved for PvP. But yeah, super easy to play, man. I haven't missed a rotation or a proc this whole time. Really, really fun. Really easy to play. I actually wanted to test out if she's better with White Fox here because she gets the chain hit damage and she has a lot of hits on her rotation. It might actually be similar to Shuri. I'm actually pretty pleasantly surprised by this because Shuri is a much better support most of the time for speed characters who don't have access to leadership. And Ikon doesn't have leadership, if I remember correctly. But she does have a lot of hits and doesn't have access to chain hit. So giving her chain hit from White Fox seems to be pretty damn good. Now, a nice test here against Mephisto is simultaneously seeing her movement speed, which is really nice, and how tanky she is. I know 54 isn't the highest stage of Mephisto, but it's still pretty nice to see a character able to get hit by Mephisto and not in the 50+ range and not just completely crumple into dust right away. So yeah, not only healing for that 50k, but also having the tankiness to survive hits. Like you can see, she's taking less than 1,000 damage per hit there, which is really nice. I can basically face tank most of his attacks, except the one where he goes iframe and he chases you around, obviously, with the circles. She does do a bit too much. She does have a few too many hits here to get down to the last phase. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Actually, you know what? Nick Fury's pretty fast, too. Do a little bit of switch play so we can get through this faster. But yeah, I think she's a decent pickup for a decent pickup for PvE content, but PvP is really where she's going to shine. So I just wanted to give you guys a snippet of what she can do. Easily clear into the 50s for Null and Mephisto here with a proc obelisk with a 160. So you could certainly go higher. I think she would actually be maybe impressive if you gave her a CTP of energy, a 200 proc CTP of energy, because then she'll have access to that chain hit, which is very juicy. I actually want to see if she can tank this. Nice, she can. However, PvP is the name of her game, so we're going to start her on auto so I can show you guys what she's able to do. She auto kills Jean just on the switch in with reflect damage. She kills her again. She's going to die to Adam here. Oh, she survives Adam. She kills Adam. She's probably going to die on the wake up. You can see there's the counter attack, but you see the reflect damage and how potent it can be. Okay, now this is a team set up here with Colossus and Echo. This is also a team that's not in Vibranium. The person I just fought is in Platinum, I believe, because Jean is actually banned in Vibranium right now. But the main reason is I want to show you guys how potent reflect can be when characters have lingering damage. Now, not all characters have lingering damage, but Madeline and Jean, two of the worst offenders for PvP, have a lot of lingering damage. Adam is the one that's more difficult to deal with, but with characters like Ikon, you really just want to cheese enemies with high reflect damage, and you don't really care how you do it, right? Whether you're playing manually, whether you're playing on auto, and you're talking about a free character here, right? So we're going to get really cheesy. I'm going to bring in Destroyer. Admittedly, the team I'm running is pretty cheesy, but if you don't have a lot of metas on your roster and you're trying to make the most of them, this is one of the ways in which you can do it. Now, I wasn't actually planning to use Adam this early on. I was actually just using Adam to take down Wolverine, but you basically use reflect characters to take down Jean and Adam, the sort of the most potent of the meta, and then you come in and sweep the rest of them with your Adam, let's say, for example. And you can see here, Ikon's not bad. I ended up dying to his wake up. He almost killed himself. That was almost a draw. I'm using one meta and two completely free characters. One of them has a PvE obelisk, and the other one has a CTP of Patience, a mighty CTP of Patience equipped. These are not amazing builds. Another team here, incumbent meta. You switch right away from one reflect to the other, and it works. It works so well. Look at this. Destroyer taking out multiple metas. Now, Jean's going to wake up. We want to switch because we want to save Adam for Wolverine, right? We don't want Ikon taking down, struggling against Wolverine. So this didn't really work to our advantage. Adam actually ends up carrying about as much as Destroyer did. Ikon didn't do too much in this case, but it works so well when you have, like, having one big reflect character is nice. But when you have two, here's another team, this time in Vibranium. We're going to switch right away. He's going to kill himself to reflect, okay? Then we're going to switch here back to Adam. I can hopefully get the kill on him to, there we go, to get ahead. And now, even if I were to just do nothing, okay, and then I'll prove this to you, okay? I'm going to do nothing here, and then we're going to switch to Ikon. And Ikon's going to kill, okay, he's going to die, sure. We're going to switch to Ikon here. And she's just going to... Wow, she actually died really fast. Okay, so Destroyer is going to end up having to carry us the rest of the way. But you don't even have to attack. Now I do. But literally, this is hilarious, bro. Reflect is actually so much fun. You have to play manually to make the most out of it because you have to abuse switching. But you know what? If the devs are not going to update Timeline Battle, if they're not going to, let us use our skills when they're off cooldown at the same time as the mobs, as the enemy teams, then why not cheese it, right? Why not cheese it? Obviously, the strategy doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody's going to sit here manually playing, but you got to admit it's a pretty satisfying. It's pretty satisfying when it does work. It's not going to work every time for sure. You're going to have some times where it doesn't work, but when it does work, it's amazing. Now here we're just going to stall him out. So that we can have the second skill up and ready, and we can have like full health and all that shit. But we're just gonna switch over to Ikon, and she's gonna die immediately. Wow, not what I expected. Okay, Madeline is honestly probably the most difficult one to deal with for the reflect meta. So this is not a good week to showcase what the reflect meta can do. I might lose here. Yeah. Madeline iframes a lot, and you can't punish characters with reflect when they're in iframe. So Jean's AI and Adam's AI are a lot easier to mess around with than Madeline's. Madeline's is a lot more difficult because she rarely is out of iframe. So you have to practice a little bit more. But yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, see, even Destroyer has a difficult time. You have to sort of try to burst her down. This honestly kind of sucks if you're in Vibranium. You're trying to do the strategy because it's difficult and you need someone like Adam, which is now going to be difficult for me. Well, okay, there we go. Let's see if we can stall this one out. We're going to die here on purpose. Let's see if the two reflect boys can do enough damage. No, eh? Oh, yeah, she's going to kill him. Nice. She kills him on the wake up. Oh, right, and we're good. Auto should be fine here. You should be fine against Ancient One. No way you're going to lose against Ancient One. Come on, girl. Pop the 6. Pop the 6. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it took me a while to get all those clips together. I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't like my first 5 matches that I cycled through. I definitely had to go and find different teams. Really strong teams. Against really strong teams, this isn't really going to work. But at the same time, I don't have outstanding builds on these 2 other characters. Yes, my Adam has a very good build, right? I'm in the top 700. Like, it's a very, very good build for sure. But just to reiterate on Destroyer, I have no Odin's Blessings. I don't even have the heal Odin's Blessings. I do have the Artifact, which is nice, but mainly I'm just using him as a pylon, right? So the artifact doesn't really matter. He's not trading. He does get a heal from this, but he's not trading blow for blow. And then the patience is kind of a meme, but hey, if it works, it works. I'm not telling you to go and make a mighty patience. But then yeah, for the character that we're supposed to be reviewing here, Ikon, I don't think she can be like the centerpiece of your PvP team by any means, so that's why I didn't seriously take her into content alone and like in a solo situation. I tried to show you guys a little bit at first with the Colossus Echo team, but genuinely speaking, you're going to want to use her in sort of a cheese situation like this if you're not going to use her for some sort of like tier, mid-tier action in Alliance Conquest. But yeah, the build can certainly be better. I'm literally missing 4 Uru, so I could give her 4 Heal Odin's Blessings, pump that HP up to like 110 or whatever, and then I could certainly, and I will test her eventually with a better build. I just don't have any CTPs right now, and I haven't done any reforging, so I wasn't going to give her. I mean, I could have tried with the Mighty Egg, but I honestly don't think it's enough for her survivability. Like 30% max HP is just not going to be enough. So I'm thinking either an Authority or a regen might work. But I'll tinker with a few things, and I'll come back with a follow-up video. But I think even with no build, I think even if, honestly, if you wanted to try her right now in PvP and do the kind of stuff I was doing, even if you have worse cards than me, just get her like a guard break immunity, HP, invincibility obelisk. It doesn't have to be fancy, you know, just get her something that has guard break and invincibility, something like this one right here, this extreme one, except ideally instead of having immunity to web, it would have like 30% HP. You could even try something that has double HP and invincibility and doesn't have guard break immunity, because with these reflect characters, you're not so much worried, and the majority of their damage doesn't come from them attacking. It comes from them just standing there taking damage but surviving to then just reflect. And especially when characters deal lingering damage, you know, Jean Grey's 4th, Jean Grey's 2nd, etc., Adam's 2nd, you can just pop them in and boom, get a free kill. And that can be the difference between winning and losing, especially if you are a budget player or you're still, you know, in the beginning of building your PvP roster. So yeah, that's the review for Ikon. I think she's a fabulous character. I'm really happy with her. It doesn't break the meta, but does provide new ways to have fun within the, within sort of the rule set of the meta, which is something I do enjoy. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, go reflecting, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.